This is the Sunseeker 100 yacht, and I'm not going to do a long-winded introduction because this is the best part of 98 feet long. It's nearly 100 tons and it costs about £10 million depending on specification. Let's get on board and have a closer look. There's no better place to start than here in the cockpit, where you have the Extend seating system. It is an option, but I would imagine pretty much everybody will spec it because it just transforms the way this area works. Very similar to the system on the 90 Ocean. So you can have it up facing into the boat, where it works really nicely with this L-shaped seating. You can have freestanding furniture here, it's very flexible, and then it folds all the way back down to meet the bathing platform, so you can sit looking out over the water with the bathing platform down. Becomes a really nice sort of beach club areas, as they term it. And talking of that, when the tenders are out, you've got space for a Williams jet rib in there and a jet ski. There's a floor that comes down from the ceiling to fill in the gap between the bathing platform and the bulkhead, so then you have an extended teak area right into the boat, again creating that beach club vibe. Really, really great use of space. Let's go and have a look at the saloon. Now again, very, very flexible in here. There are loads of choices, woods, layouts, furniture, but this particular boat is all in silver oak. It's nice and bright. You've got light flooring as well. Really big seating area here to port, the coffee table in the middle opposite what is a truly gigantic television screen. Then you have the dining table amidships, flanked by these enormous floor-to-ceiling windows. You can see they also align with cutouts in the gunnel, so again the view is not disturbed when you're sitting having dinner. As an option, you can have this as an opening door. Actually, this boat hasn't got it, but you can have a sliding door here, so you can get a bit of ventilation in and you can walk out onto the side deck. If we keep moving forward, you find the day head here to starboard, so this is where guests will come in the day if they need to use the toilet rather than diving down onto the lower deck. And then we have the main event of this main deck, which is this pretty spectacular forward master cabin. As we walk in, it's all storage here on the port side, a walk-in wardrobe on this side, a bureau down here, and you can hopefully begin to get a sense of the scale of this cabin. It's full beam, huge windows either side, and then all of this natural light pouring in through this amazing sliding door forward gives you wonderful views out onto the foredeck. It really is a lovely bright space, and when you're not in the confines of a marina, waking up here, water either side, the view would be absolutely glorious. The heads is in here, really big, nice, spacious bathroom area with twin sinks, separate shower cubicle, and then a separate cubicle for the toilet as well. But what's really nice about this area is that pretty much from bed you have access to this forward terrace, where you can sit with a morning coffee or a quiet drink of an evening. It's set nice and low, it's secluded, it's private, it's away from the rest of the boat, and it feels like a really nice private owner's balcony. You can have steps down both sides of this area. This boat's got a fridge instead, and it's quite nice that it's blocked off because it makes it feel even more private. The steps are actually up the port side on this boat, and this is the first Sunseeker where the top deck is connected fore and aft. You can get down both sides and there's no break. Works really nicely. You have this really lovely foredeck living area. These sunbeds have actuated backrests, so they can rise up and down at the touch of a button, and the Portuguese bridge means you can cross from deck to deck really easily. Lovely big table as well, and obviously a bit of protection overhead from this canopy. And this boat has a cool option. You can actually put a projector screen in there, so you can have an outdoor cinema up here. Moving aft, past the staircase here that leads down to the main deck, and you have the same side decks both sides, so you can, this middle console, the pilot house, you can walk along both sides of that, and then you're into the top deck proper. Now there is the option to have an upper helm here. This boat clearly hasn't got it. It's got a living space here. This is a nice protected private area. Obviously the helm station is just down there, so it's arguable whether you even need an upper helm, but it is an option if you want it. Overhead we have a hardtop, and this has got a full sliding canvas roof, so you can really open this aperture up. Unlike the cockpit, this is really flexible in terms of furniture, what you want to have here. It's all modular, so there's plenty of options here. This has got a lovely 12-person dining table. Just look at the size of that table. Really nice big bar area there where you can serve guests and have the bar stools all lined up there, works brilliantly. And then another cool option in this boat is that it's gone for the optional hot tub, but it's an infinity hot tub. So you can lie here, you can see you've got the headrests in the tub, completely unbroken view there through the tub and then through the glass balustrade at the back there. Really, really cool spot, and it's flanked by sun pads. Again, it's optional. You can have seating here, you can have freestanding furniture. Very, very flexible. And if you wanted any further evidence that we're into the realm of super yacht here, you might be wondering what this door is doing here. It's that you can easily mount your slide. So you can slide straight from here down to water level. Talking of that, let's get down to the lower deck. Accommodation then. On this boat, as you head amidships, you have identical double cabins. You can get a sense of the scale, hopefully. Loads of headroom, completely flat floor. Big television here, loads of storage on the opposite side. Of course, you've got a hull window, porthole, private bathroom as well. Now, as an option, you can get rid of this bulkhead completely and have one full beam VIP cabin, which would be a very nice option for your guests, but this is a better formation for charter. Now, if we move forward again, you have another pair of pretty much identical cabins. These are quite clever because they've both got sliding berths. So you can have them as two quite separate singles. There's a nice amount of floor space in between, or you can press a button and they come together and you've got them as a nice double bed with space down the side to walk around. Again, there's a flat screen television in here. You've got floor to ceiling wardrobe, and they've also both got their own private en-suites. So that's where the guests sleep. Let's go and have a look at the crew quarters. We're back on the main deck now, and if you head over to port, past the dining table, you head towards the crew space. Now up this way you've accessed the pilot house. We're going to have a proper look at that later on. But here you've got a pocket door which separates this area off as the crew space. You've got all your cooling equipment here. Big fridge, double freezer, really nicely specified. Little sink here, then a much bigger sink over here. This particular boat has got twin Miele induction cooking. This is basically a domestic galley, really, really nicely specified. And there's a side door here as well. They're actually going to reorientate this door so it opens this way, so that the crew can then open it, have this side door open, and they have much easier access straight onto the side deck so they can walk around without disturbing the guests. But let's have a look at the crew quarters. So this is the crew mess. You can see they've got direct access not only to the marine MFD, the SIMRAD, where you've got navigation, engine information, etc. But you've also got the boat's electronic management system, where you've got every system at your fingertips, digitized screen. You can see it all in one place, so they can keep an eye on how the boat's running from down here in their quarters. They've got a dinette, they've got a little galley. The skipper gets their own private cabin. Not finished to quite the same standard as in the guest accommodation, but it's a nice space. Headroom's great, separate shower, bathroom, big storage space as well. Really nicely spec'd out. And then you have two bunks either side, the rest of the crew, and they have their own bathrooms as well. Let's go and look at the engine room. Engine room access is through this door on the starboard side deck. This is the beating heart of the 100 yacht, the engine room. It's a pretty impressive space, excellent headroom, very easy to get to everything. Big engines, but you can get around them nice and easily, and all the ancillaries like the water maker, the generator, it's all very easily accessed and neatly arranged. Engine options, most boats, they've got 12 in build, and all of them but one have gone for the MTU 2000 horsepower. One has gone for the larger engines, which are 2,500 horsepower. With these ones, you're going to top out at about 24 knots. With the larger ones, you're more like 27 knots. Cruising range, well, if you're doing it displacement speed, you're looking at around 1,200 nautical miles. So a pretty impressive rate of performance from nearly 30 knots to a cruising range of over 1,000 miles. A couple of other things to mention. You have got another access point, an escape hatch, which is just over on that side. There's a ladder running up by the port hand engine that goes straight into the cockpit. It also means that you can quickly stick your head in from the cockpit without having to come round and down the ladder from the side door. The other thing is, much like in the crew quarters, there are screens down here. So you have the SIMRAD screen, so you have full access to the boat's navigation, that you can see the charts up here, so you can see that from down here, make sure the anchor's not dragging, make sure you're where you think you're supposed to be. And then again, you have the CMake system, so you have full access to all the systems. You can monitor it at all times. Last place to look at then, I mentioned it earlier, the pilot house. This is where you drive this near 100-ton beast from really commanding position. Look at the size of those screens, and you can see on this side you've got all the cameras set up. I mean, it's such a big boat. If you're the skipper, you want to be able to monitor everything while you're using cameras on something this size, especially as you haven't got the optional flybridge on here. What you do have though is wing stations, so they're mounted up on the top deck. You have one both sides, you have a set of controls down there and thrusters, so that depending on which side you're mooring, you can go to that side and get a much better view back. But what a place to drive this thing from. Imagine charging along in this at 27 knots. It would be quite an experience. So there you have it, the Sunseeker 100 yacht, an impressive beast, I'm sure you'll agree. I hope you enjoyed this tour. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, because it really helps. We want to get access to these boats and show you as many of them as we can. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next one.